Good morning, everybody. This is Roxana with Garden of Herbs, and I just wanted to come on and share from my heart. I had done a video, and I really wanted to redo that video. So this is basically really talking about the different kinds of herbalists that are out there. I don't know if some of you had a chance to review that other video, but I'm going to be replacing it. I've had some people in my community kind of talk to me a little bit and ask some questions. And in the beginning, when I started this YouTube video, Garden of Herbs, I don't think I really explained myself enough. And a matter of fact, I know I didn't. So I'm going to just briefly explain what the reason I went to herbalism school, and kind of talk a little bit about, you know, what my expectations were and what I found out when I went to herbalism school. Because when I went to herbalism school, I felt a calling on my life to go to herbalism school. And to go to herbalism school, I really felt a calling from God. And who I call God is, I call him Yahweh. He's my Messiah, he's my Savior, he's my Lord. He's pretty much been in my life since I was a very small child to whom I could recognize. And he's always been in my family's life. I was raised with him. We call ourselves believers. And so this is not something foreign in my family or even in my life. And so this is how I was raised, and to go to church and to believe in God and to pray. So I won't go into all that background, but this is how I'm trying to explain to you that I felt called to do this. And I come from a background, a medical background. I know a little bit about the medical profession, and I won't go into all that. But basically, coming out of that in 2009, I felt an urge to go into something to continue to help people. And so I felt like God, I've always kind of had, for the last 20 years of my life, I've always been dibbling and dabbling into herbs, the natural, even as a young adult, with pets and animals and even myself. I've always felt like God has been there as a shadow, leading me into the natural and doing stuff. Even as a child, things would not work out for me. That's why I've always branded myself as the granola child. And so, you know, when you're allergic to a lot of medications and you pray and ask God for an answer, and usually it's not medication, it's something in the natural. So to keep this where it doesn't, the video doesn't last very long, I'm just going to tell you, I've always received an answer, and it's always been nothing, it's just been very simple. It's been very easy, to where it's always come from plants. It's always come in a natural form. And I do believe that this has been a journey. It's nothing that's happened like overnight. That's why I respect people when they say, you know, I need time to think about this. Because usually when people have a bad experience, it's because they rushed into it. And so I do understand that. And a lot of times people they gravitate towards something because they're being led that way. And I believe when I went to school, I was just being, I've been waiting for this for my whole life, I kind of feel like. And I just didn't know where to go. And I had a friend that helped me lead me down that path. And she was of the same faith that I am. And she just knew where to go. I did not know where to go. And she just helped me, guide me to the place. She knew of a place. She knew of a university to go to. So I have been very blessed by God, and I knew that I wanted to help people. I wanted to help people understand how they could take care of their body and change their lifestyle for the better. I've been trying to change my lifestyle but didn't understand or know how. Now I understand and know how, and I never quit learning how to change or better ways that you can change, because what's been ingrained into us and what's been taught to us has been wrong. And I hate to say this, but a lot of people, even my husband for years, he said, well, it's on the store shelf. I mean, it would be illegal for them to sell that. He told me this for years. I would tell him, we're not buying that anymore. And he would say, but it would be illegal. If they sold that, it would be illegal. And a lot of people think that. A lot of people think, I can't buy, we're not supposed to buy it. I mean, it would be illegal for them to put it on the store shelf. Wrong. That's not right, because a lot of people trust the government to the point they say, well, this has got to be good for me or else they wouldn't sell it. That's wrong. That's wrong thinking, and that's wrong mentality, because there's so many people, if you would look up on certain websites of the deaths that people die from cold and flu, because people take cold and flu medicine so much that there's teenagers and there's babies that die of overdosing because of the cough medicine, the cold and flu medicine, stuff that they're overdosing because they put so much of that certain acetaminophen, or they put so much of that, I don't know, it's called DM, I can't remember the name of it, but I was taking the, it's a cough medicine that has DM, and it broke me out in blisters. And I thought to myself, what is this? It's dextromethylene or something like that. But it's on a lot of cough and cold flu medicine. And if you can't really read or decipher, and because they were warned, the FDA and all that told them quit putting it in everything. It causes a lot of damage, and they put it in they're not supposed to put it in children's medication. Honey is really good for children to help because of all the properties that it has, and I'm not going to go into all that, but I'm just saying, be careful what you give your kids over-the-counter medication. But the whole thing of it is like, I got so sick from just taking over-the-counter cold and flu medication. We overdose ourselves on over-the-counter cold and flu medication, and we don't even know it. And just instead of just, and then the doctor will tell you, just take the stuff that's, take the cough and cold, because if you don't have insurance, what you're taking, what they prescribe for you, and they really can't prescribe a lot of cough medicine, because it's just putting you to sleep, most of the cough and cold flu, the cough stuff. So the botanical stuff that you can make for yourself at home is it's so much better for you. And it'll not heal, but it will support your body. Drinking like echinacea tea and doing some honey and stuff like that is going to help your throat so much better than doing over-the-counter stuff, because all that is going to dry you up, and it's going to cover up your symptoms. It's not really going to help your body. And I have to be careful on what I say here. So that's another reason why I'm tripping over my words. But um, the thing is that I'm trying to say here is once I started learning all this, in my body wasn't real. I just kept getting sick, and I just kept getting sick. Once I learned how to get my body into a state where it was not, I wasn't getting sick all the time. I got in my body started feeling better because I wasn't taking all that medicine all the time, and I was taking herbs, and I was taking other stuff to support my body to where my body was feeling better. And I said, I know that this is from God. I know this is from God. So there's certain herbalists out there that we're not in competition with each other. There is a lot of herbalists that want to help other people. Like me, I'm wanting to educate and teach people, like moms, and that can do this stuff for their own families. And I'm of that type. I heard somebody say, well, I don't want to be in competition with you. You're not being in competition with me. This is the whole reason I went to school. I went to school so that I could help moms, and their moms can help their kids, and the kids can grow up in an environment to where they're not doing what I did. And once you can get a little bit of herbalism, it's all you're doing is you're educating yourself to where you're saying to yourself, okay, I now know how to support my body. I now know what to do and not to do. And so you're going to go in there and pass this on to your family, and your family and your kids are going to learn this for generation after generation after generation. And it's just like learning to make bread, or it's just like learning to cook. It's so simple, it's so easy to get stocked up in your pantry with certain teas and certain herbs. There's medicinal herbs, and then there's culinary herbs, and they're so important for our everyday life. I mean, how wonderful is it to go all year long and not get sick because you have learned to implement these things while you're cooking supper, you're drinking your herbal tea, while you're doing certain household chores, you're doing certain things. And, you say to yourself, well, I'm not sure if I'm getting sick, but maybe I have a little scratchy throat. So you're making some simple syrup, or you're making a certain tincture because you might need to, get it started or you just have a simple, a tincture may take 4 weeks. So maybe you might want to start it in September, or you might want to start it in July. But you know what? It's going to last 10 years. It's going to last maybe 20 years. The most wonderful thing I think that is a gift to your family is something that you can reach over in the cabinet, grab it, give it to the kids, and you don't even have to get out of your house to go to the doctor. And in a couple of days, you can see the difference, how everybody's feeling. That is something that I learned that I did before I even went to herbalism school. I didn't even have to go to herbalism school, and I was learning to do this. And then once you learn how to do that, you can buy you some seeds and plant these plants in your backyard, and you don't even have to go to the store and buy the plant. It's right there, and you can take it and dry it out and put it in a jar, and then you have it right there. It becomes cheaper and cheaper. It might cost you a little something to get started, but then you can keep going and keep going and keep going. As time goes on, you get more and more, and once you start learning where to go, you might buy you a book here and there, but it just becomes easier. At first you get a little overwhelmed because you're thinking, I don't know how to do this, but then you do. You start learning, and it just becomes easier. And the time and the day that we live in, it's better to go slow. And then you start feeling empowered because you start thinking to yourself, I can do this. It's not as hard as I thought it was. And once you go a whole year, which is what I did, me and my husband, we went a whole year without going to the doctor. We went a whole year without being sick. That really makes you feel better when you can go a whole year, or when you start feeling something coming on you and you have the medication right there. They call it an apothecary. You have an apothecary. You have your own medicine in your own chest that you made for your family. That really makes you feel better. So anyway, I'm going to start cutting this video a little short right now. But I just wanted to get on here and let you know this is the type of herbalist that you can be, that I am. This is the reason I went to school. And, you know, if you have an opportunity, I'm trying, it's probably going to take me a while to get signed up. I haven't got my website signed up. I hope to get my website signed up in the next couple of months. And then I am buying some books, some really good books to help me get started with some classes. They won't be like going to a university, but it's going to take some serious work, and I think I'm ready for it. I really am very excited. That's all I love doing, is teaching and talking about herbalism, and even getting into essential oils. And so I just have so much fire inside of me, and it comes from the Lord, and I really feel so blessed, even in the times that we live in. You know, I know people get kind of scared, and they feel, you know, uncertain at times, but I feel that because of God, that we should not have a spirit of fear. We should have a spirit of faith and love and sound mind. So just stay positive and keep your chin up. And for now, this is Roxana with Garden of Herbs, and I hope everybody has a blessed day. Okay, please like and share this video and subscribe to this channel for more videos. And that's all for now. Bye bye.